And welcome to this weather video with Alvin Kamau. I am breaking down your week forecast, and also we're counting down to the Great American Solar Eclipse. I have some info on that as well. But let's first talk about what you can expect beginning this week. And as we have the HRRR model, we do have a chance of rain here in St. Louis on Monday. As you can see later on in the day, as we progress through the morning into the early afternoon, we're going to have some rain moving in. And it's going to be some beneficial rain because we haven't had some rain in a while, and we do need it. Our ground is in need of it, and we are in a drought, so this is really going to help out. Looking at what we are seeing, this will continue through a good portion of the day. It won't rain all the time, but that's something you do need to know. We're also going to have some gusty winds during the day on Monday as well. This looks to move out potentially as we head towards early Tuesday. And looking at our rainfall amounts or our rainfall accumulation over the next couple of hours with this, you can see it's really pinpointing an inch of rain for a good portion of the area, or even an inch and a half, maybe some localized areas that could get 2 inches of rain. Again, this is mainly just through your Monday. It isn't going to rain all week this week, but really the greatest chance of rain this week begins on Monday, potentially later on in the morning into the early afternoon. We gotta watch for this rain to move in, and the timing could change a little bit as well. Now after that, we can talk about temperature trends, and on Monday, it's probably just one of the warmer days of the week. Before Tuesday and Wednesday, we start cooling down a little bit in the 50s, then we warm up a little bit more as we head towards the end of the week. Now this model just goes until Thursday, but if I went beyond that, you would have seen that small warm up as we head towards the end of the week. And so now one thing I do want to let you know, if you have any plans or if you're traveling for spring break, is that down in the south they do have a chance of some strong storms, not here in St. Louis, but down portions of Mississippi, Louisiana, even a small portion of Arkansas as well, where I'm focusing on this enhanced risk. There's a chance of some strong storms down there. Wind and hail for them will be the main threats, and also tornadoes is something to monitor. Again, that's down south. If you have any plans, or if you're going down there with family and friends for spring break this week, just wanted to give you a heads up on that. And really, as we head through the next couple of weeks, as we're counting down to the Great American Solar Eclipse, as we're ending March pretty soon, when we're looking at the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook from March 30th through the 3rd of April, I'm seeing potentially above normal temperatures and maybe even some near normal temperatures possible when I look a little bit further ahead. Now this outlook could change a little bit, and so as we get more information on what we'll see ahead, I will let you know. But again, that is something that we'll be monitoring. Now let's get to the talk of the show. And we do have a fun fact about the countdown to the April 8th, 2024 Great American Solar Eclipse. Again, this is something where if you have not started planning, if I were you, even if your kids are in school, the next one's not until 2045. So, I mean, taking your kids out of school for one day isn't going to hurt. There are already some schools that are canceling. There's some schools that are like, hey, we're just going to enjoy the show outside of the school or outside of the building. So if you haven't already, make sure you book those plans. I will have forecast details coming eventually when we get closer to this event. But one fun fact about the Great American Eclipse is that the eclipse shadows travel at 1,100 miles per hour at the equator and up to 5,000 miles per hour near the poles. This is coming from our National Weather Service, the Weather Prediction Center. They made that graphic, so that's not coming from me. But that is a great fun fact. The eclipse shadows, they're actually traveling 1,100 miles per hour. I actually did not know that. So I will have some forecast details coming about the eclipse soon. Again, it's going to travel through parts of Texas, the path of totality, parts of Oklahoma, Arkansas, especially Little Rock, Arkansas, if you want to travel down there. Perryville, Missouri is also another option. Carbondale, Illinois, Indianapolis, Cleveland, etc. So it's going to travel through a good portion of the area. In St. Louis, the moon is expected to cover 99% of the sun, but there's a difference, like I told you a couple videos ago, between 99 and 100%. So if I were you, if you don't want to travel so far down south, okay, probably just go down to Perryville or maybe even Carbondale, Illinois. If you really want to travel and get a good glimpse of this, I would also say Little Rock, Arkansas is a good option for you. So make sure you're planning. And again, I will have forecast details on this once in a lifetime event. And the next one is not until August of 2045. So please do not miss this. Everyone is going to be able to get a show out of this, especially if you're probably living in Kansas, or maybe all the way down in LA. You're gonna get a show out of this, but it isn't gonna be as interesting enough if you're not around the path of totality. Remember, we had one 7 years ago in 2017. Now we're gonna have another one coming in a few days. And so one thing I do want to do real quickly before I end this video is a quick simulation of how this is gonna work out. And really was supposed to start right here, where the eclipse on Monday, April 8th is expected to begin around 12:42, and then it's going to max out at 99% totality around the 2 o'clock hour. Notice, it does get pretty dark, but it isn't going to get as dark as 100%. Notice, this is the moon right here, and then of course you can see the outer layers right here is where the sun would be. This is around 99%, very close to 100, but again, I know this is tempting. Travel down south. Please do not miss a once-in-a-lifetime event. And then it's going to end around 3:17. And really, just until this thing ends, you want to make sure you have your safety glasses on. And look at the countdown. 14 days, 19 hours, 26 minutes. And of course, I'm not even going to say the seconds because you may be watching this video 5 days later. But we're 14 days away, counting from March 24th. So again, make sure you have those plans ready. Make sure you know what you're going to do, because it isn't going to happen again until 2044, 2045. And I of course have more forecast details on this as we get closer. Until then, of course, I'm also going to be releasing outdoor weather updates as well, with what you can expect this week, including the weather that I was just talking about on Monday, as we do have a chance of rain. That all can be found on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. The link will be down in the description, as well as this small chance of severe weather down south, or a big chance of severe weather, I should say. I shouldn't call it small, especially since we are marking 1 year since the Rolling Fork, Mississippi tornado that did impact a lot of people down there. So we're remembering them, and I hate to say that it's around the same area as on Monday if you're traveling down south that have a potential for severe weather. Again, not here in St. Louis. We're going to get some rain, maybe even a rumble of thunder or two. But again, the main action for some strong storms on Monday will be down south. That is just especially if you have any plans with your family for your spring break. Some already finished their spring break. Some, like me, have to wait all the way until the middle to end of April for our spring break. I will be taking the day off of school on April 8th. I've already made that decision, just because this is a once-in-a-lifetime event that you do not want to miss on April 8th. So please make those plans. I'm going to stress that a lot, especially in the next couple of videos. I'll have some more forecast on really what we're seeing, and fingers crossed for a really good forecast. Look, fingers crossed that we do get some sunny skies, and hopefully I'm hoping this not only for St. Louis but Arkansas, Illinois, especially if me and my family plan to travel down south to see this. Until then, we will see you in the next video, and make sure you are following me on X for that outdoor weather update that will be posted very soon. Have a great rest of your week.